It's a question people regularly ask us. Where do you get your ideas for stories on 207? The short answer is they come from all over.
In the case of the story you're about to see, the idea came from someone who had already been in a story. He didn't want to shine a light on himself, but on his students. On a Monday evening at Mount Blue High School in Farmington, you can hear the music long before seeing the musicians. These students are part of a group that is pretty much one of a kind in Maine, and it's not surprising it came out of this school system.
It's such like a staple in the community. Like, you know, you can't go anywhere without hearing about the Fiddlers.
How many strings are on our violins, guys? Everybody can answer that one.
In 2010, we did a story on a program in this school district that put a violin in the hands of every third grader.
Me first. Your turn.
The aim of the program to get students started playing music, but just as important, to keep them playing from elementary school to middle to high school.
That's a quick bow to get started on the tremolo.
Teacher Steve Mulse brought an enthusiasm that was infectious.
1, 2, 3. And they're learning rhythm, they're learning simple melodies, they're learning how to play together as a group, and all those factors are going to always be in their musical career.
The seeds planted by the program in the third grade have helped create this group, the Franklin County Fiddlers, who play more than fiddle music. The group also features a piano, accordion, bagpipes, bass, and cello, all played with freewheeling energy.
We will improvise, we will change things at the last minute. So you really have to know like the bones of your music and how you can create things around those bones, if that makes sense.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Many of these students have been classically trained, but here they leave their sheet music behind.
There's just something that just makes my heart sing when I hear fiddle music.
Leading the Fiddlers is the irrepressible Steve Mulse, his enthusiasm undimmed after 25 years of teaching.
I'll play a phrase and the kids will play it right back for me, and we'll keep repeating that phrase until we get it. We'll move on to the next phrase, and eventually we'll build bigger pieces and whole songs and whole arrangements completely by ear.
Mulse started teaching Anna Glass, who's now a senior, when she was in third grade. What's Mr. Mulse like?
Oh my goodness. He is wonderful. I've never met another person like Steve Mulse.
He has such enthusiasm for what he does.
Yes, so much zeal. It's just you can't be in the same room with him and not feel as joyful and as energetic as he is.
Part of what makes the Franklin County Fiddlers unusual is longevity. The group has been around for 23 years, always made up of Mount Blue students, and has performed in places where fiddlers are royalty, including New Orleans, Nashville, the Maritime provinces, and Quebec.
We went to places in Canada where all those little kids are speaking French and we can't tell what they're saying, but they can still groove with us and playing our instruments.
One bit of advice the teacher has passed along to these musicians: don't be afraid to be awesome.
What I mean by that is certainly not bragging or saying, you know, look at us, we're awesome. But it's just to say to the kids, don't be afraid to step up and do something different. And don't be afraid of stepping away from the crowd and being yourself and taking a risk. And we do that a lot in Fiddlers. We take a lot of risks, but the rewards are so great for the music that we get to make.
You look out into the audience and you see people like grooving and smiling with you, and like that is the best thing.
Yes, the Franklin County Fiddlers are learning how to play timeless music with skill and confidence, but they are picking up something else that fiddling demands and that will light up their lives for as long as they can pick up a bow. They are learning how to play with joy. You can just kind of feel the electricity coming right off the stage when they're playing.
You can, and when I was listening to them talking about how they learn it piece by piece, I would guess, not being a fiddler, that makes your ear be really in tune with the other players, so that when it's time to go off script a little bit, you understand what's happening. You're not going, I must follow the notes. So.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's sort of got something in common with jazz there. It's very improvisational. It's very much this group thing where you're watching what the other player is doing, and after a while you can intuitively tell where the others are headed, and when they're all working in the same way, it's really wonderful.
When you have fun,
yeah,
it all works.
Yeah. Now, the concert that the Franklin County Fiddlers put on the night we were there was a benefit. It raised more than $600 for a food pantry.
And all the Fiddlers shows during the school year alone have raised more than $2,000 for charities in the Farmington area. That's awesome.
It's big money.
It is.